Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, July the 27th. My name is Doug Kay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. Yes, we do create multiple hypotheses so that we have a plan in place so that once the market opens up, we can determine what the market is doing and then best fit the plan instead of trying to come up with a plan prior to the market opening up. That way we don't have to try to do things on the fly. We have a plan in place and we execute which plan is best suiting the market, not bending the market to us. This is a subscription service, so if you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. We do everything live here in the go-to, and we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are real retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results in any trades that you see are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so taking a look at yesterday. Yesterday was a FOMC. They did not raise rates. They kept the rates the same. It was kind of a non-event. Here's the move right here. That's the extent of the move that we had. Very tight trading day again yesterday. And we opened auction in range. We moved down to the 74.75. We were looking for a move down to this level right here at the half gap fill. The target was the 71.75. They didn't get to it until late in the day. And then they did rotate where we were expecting them to rotate up, and we got back up to the VWAP, and they sold it off into the close. But a very tight day, pretty decent Gaussian distribution, a little bit of a excess tail. Overnight they have taken us up and put us into new all-time highs at the Globex high there of 2480. Let's just take a look at the news quickly. I'm using this new service for news rather than Forex Factory. Thank you, Craig, for sharing that with me. You can see that we had news come out. We had a fair amount of news come out at 8:30. We had Chicago Federal National Activity. Came out 13 versus 35. The big one being the continuing jobless claims. 1,964,000, just a slightly higher amount. Core durable goods came out 0.2, 6.5 month over month, which was a fairly decent beat. The trade good balance came out at minus 63.86, another beat there, but the initial jobless claims again came out slightly higher than expected, 244. So kind of a mixed bag overall. Wholesale inventories were up as well. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock we've got consumer confidence, and 10:30 we've got natural gas. 11 o'clock we've got KC Fed composite and 7-year note at 1 o'clock Eastern. So still a fairly decent amount of news scheduled for today. Of course, we are in earnings season and the heart of it. And pretty heavy day today in terms of earnings. I don't know why I'm not getting my, do I have it on the right day? I don't know why it's giving me today. This is today, right? Yeah. This is earnings Friday. It's not the 28th. Why is it doing that? Let me just close that down and reopen. There we go. All right. So, we've got, how many do we have today? We've got 208 before and 171, after the close. So Twitter was a beat. Cliff's Resources, another beat. Bristol Myers beat. MasterCard a beat. Verizon was, dead on. So you can see that most of the earnings, again, are fairly decent earnings. There's not a lot of big misses here all the way down. What do we have after the market? We got Amazon, that'll be a big one tonight, and Intel and Starbucks. Baidu as well. First Solar. So we got a lot of earnings after the market close today. But overall, the theme of the earnings season this month has been everything's pretty much a beat, a very strong earnings session. Taking a look at the macro and micro, I always like to start my day with a 9 EMA, 20 SMA chart, just a basic candlestick chart, and work my way down. Just using my paper money here. You've on the monthly, this is 9 EMA, this is a 20 SMA monthly, very, very good parallel, very strong trend, good slope, good separation, and we just made new all-time high at 2480. We're only 20 points off of the 2500, and no real bad news to turn this market around. Again, on the weekly, you can see we're one time framing up. This will be the fourth week of one time framing up. The fifth week. And, nowhere close to challenging this trend until we get back down into the 2440 area. Going to the daily, you can see that, again, good slope, good separation. We're not even challenging the 9 EMA on the daily, just stair-stepping up. Going to the intraday, same thing. We're holding above the 9 EMA quite nicely after this breakout day here, and we did come down and challenge the trend, but they took it right back up the next day, and we've got good slope, good separation, kind of a sideways bit of a consolidation, but it's been a stair step up all the way. Going to the 1 hour, you can see, again, consolidation, holding above the 9 and the 20, and losing a little bit of slope, but we still get separation. So this could just be a consolidation flag and a continuation up. Going to 30-minute, basically the same thing, more consolidation on this move up. On the 15-minute, again, same thing. We're going to get some chop up here. They've got to determine fair value up here. Getting a little bit of a downward slope now, but it's on the 15-minute and on the 5-minute. You can just see that everything is just going sideways in this Globex session after going in and putting in a new all-time high, and we did put in a quadruple top there on the 5-minute, so this is still considered to be a weak high. Taking a look at the Globex, we're 100% net positive. You can see that we opened up and didn't even down tick. We went up right away, came up, went around sideways at that 77 area, and then basically tried to break out of the 78.50. We won. Now this is interesting because our previous all-time high was the 24.79.50. So we basically two-ticked the prior Globex all-time high and had a bit of a failed auction there, and then sold off 3.25 points. But we're holding inside of this distribution zone. We got a bit of a P-shaped profile in the Globex, so I'd really be watching. If we get below the 75 area, we might get some trap longs there from the Globex session, and they might have to cover, and that could give us a pretty quick move through this LVN area. But overall, this market is still looking very strong. So, taking a look at the bigger picture, you can see that, we broke out of this balance. We came up, we balanced for 3 days, accepted value higher above the prior balance area at the 57.50. Then we gapped up again and basically created more balance on the first 4 days. And we're trying to break out of this value area, but the 2-day microcomposite VPOC is sitting right at the 6-day value area high, and this is a very, very blunt area. Not a lot of price acceptance yet, but it's typical because we're in new all-time highs. But we're only trading one tick off of the RTH all-time high at 78.75, and we're only a 1.5 off of the all-time high, and still expect that to be equalized again. Key area to watch for me is going to be the 72 area. That's my over underline, and then the 61.25, of course, is going to remain our key line in the sand, and that's quite a ways away from us. So taking a look and starting to shift our numbers over, our all-time high and our overnight high is at, already have it in there, at 80. We do have a measured move still up to 82.25. Our overnight low is 73.25. I don't think our VPOC is going to shift here. It is at 77.25. And then, of course, we've got that LVN at the 75.50. But I'm going to be watching the midpoint in the 75 area right here. There's an LVN from the RTH session here. So I'm going to use that. And 72.50 is going to be my over underline. If we get below that, I think that we'll come down and finish this gap fill. We took out the naked VPOC from above that one at 71.75, but I'd be looking for them to come down here into the 71 and take out this naked VPOC and close this gap down here at the 68.25. I am going to use 70 as an add-on area if I'm running short for a move down into these levels. And these levels down here are not going to shift. Our 20-period daily ATR is running at 15.99, continues to tighten up again. So off of 80, our all-time high overnight, our downside ATR target is 64. So this continues to move up. And off of the overnight low of 73.25, our upside ATR target gets moved to 89.25, closing in on that 2,500. So in terms of we've got the levels below. In terms of levels above, obviously. Sorry, no, they're still below what we're trading, but I'm talking about above the prior day. No, that's not where I want that. I'm going to put this right at the overnight VPOC and extend it down to that 75 area. I'm sorry, 76.75 area, somewhere in between here. And then, of course, we've got the 78.50 right here, but we're chopping around it anyway. I really can't trade off of that. I've got to see if they come back down here. And then we've got the 80, and then there's nothing above other than the measured move to guide us. So we're going to end up opening somewhere just outside of value, or just outside of range, or just inside of range, but outside of value. We still have, 29 minutes to go, so this could go up 3 or 4 points or down 3 or 4 points. It's hard to tell, but I'm anticipating that the overnight high is going to get taken out again fairly early on. I'm looking for an open auction, either just in range or just out of range. I'm looking, same thing every day right now. I'm looking for a rotation down into the 77 to 75 area, and then looking for responsive, initiative buyers to step in and take us up into new all-time highs, come up here and balance somewhere in the the 80s, with maybe a late day probe up into this testing the 2490 area. So that's my hypo 1. Hypo 2 is another balancing day, but a move with a bias to the downside. So either take out the overnight high um, or fail to take out the overnight high, come down here into value, chop around in value, and then push down through to come down and close out this gap at 71 with possibly a late day probe down to take out the second gap down at the 68 and a quarter area. And then hypo 3 is an open test drive. Failed to take out the overnight low, find buyers early on, and then push us up into the 80s, chop around here, and then push up through the daily ATR and come up and test the 2500 area. Now, our weekly ATR is running 34.4375, so off of the week low of 63.50, 34.437. We'll do that again. 24.6350 plus 34.4375. Our weekly ATR target, upside target, is 24.98. I'm not worried about the downside target with this move up. And then also, one other thing is our weekly open is 24.6975. Come on. Sorry, I should have had this done beforehand. 24.6975 plus 32. So our critical mass coming into today is 2501.75. I don't know if that's going to get hit today, but we should note it. All right, so the final hypothesis is a open auction, just in range or just out of range, and then a complete trend day down, coming down into this 64 to 60 area. Very unlikely that that's going to happen today, but I stand by my top 3 hypotheses, with number 1 being the most likely, or number 3, a balanced day. I doubt we're going to see much of a big sell-off down into the 68 area, but you never know. I'm not going to do gold today. Gold just, I'm having rollover problems right now. Gold rolled over to the December contract, so I'm not going to be trading gold today. I got some issues with my chart that I've got to figure out what's going on, because it's showing me, well, maybe it's, no, it's still off. So I got to wait for DTN to get their data fixed. But gold is trading both the September contract and the August contract and the December contract. But basically, I'll be looking at December moving forward. Sorry this taken so long, and I'm a little bit all over the place today, but that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.